The resource I have selected is the final activity in a larger drug education resource from School Drug Education and Roadaware, Western Australia. Beating the drug companies requires students to create arguments against fictional tobacco and alcohol companies' claims and their arguments of support. To use this resource, I would ask students to work in groups of 4 to create their arguments against the company's claims, then present their arguments against either the tobacco or alcohol companies to the class. I would be using this as a piece of summative assessment as it requires students to draw on all the knowledge learned through other resources and activities in the drug education resource. The focus area of this activity is alcohol and other drugs. The content is about being healthy, safe and active and contributing to healthy and active communities. The content descriptors that are covered in this activity is that students examine how identities are influenced by people and places, plan and practice strategies to promote health, safety and well-being, investigate community resources and ways to seek help about health, safety and well-being, and investigate the role of preventative health in promoting and maintaining health, safety and well-being for individuals and their communities. Students will also be communicating and interacting for health and well-being and learning to do so through this activity. Students will recognize how media and important people in the community influence personal attitudes, beliefs, decisions, and behaviors. I chose this resource because I don't think students are given the opportunity to explore that their health is their responsibility and is not assured by legal companies and products. The 3 stated HPE propositions are apparent through the use of my resource. By having students working in groups, students take on a strengths-based approach that allows them to delegate their workload to handle the part of the task that they understand best, and if students are unsure about what answer to give, they are able to wait and work together. There is a lot of flexibility in the approach that they can take to complete the activity. Students develop health literacy through the use of the larger drug education resource, and this activity focuses on the practical use of their literacy skills. Their health knowledge and literacy skills are consolidated through the activity as they give input to the range of propositions and arguments. This activity has a strong focus on how contextual factors have an effect on the well-being and health of groups, individuals, and communities. The range of critical inquiry questions that build this activity allow students to create unique responses and link their health knowledge and literacy skills to a range of other skills that build their health literacy. I discussed my resource and its use with 3 peers, 2 of them professional educators and 1 a fellow teaching student. It was noted by all that this resource gives students the skills to be independent with their health, meaning that they can be health literate. 1 immediately shared my sentiment of it being important for students to have the skills to recognize and refute claims from corporations and be responsible for their own health. The context and design of the activity was said to be well structured and easy to understand and respond to. 1 person told me that any thoughtful answer won't fit in the box provided, so it may be better to project the activity on the board and have students answer in their book or on Butcher's paper with a mind map. Overall, my peers thought the activity was very effective and understood it very easily. This activity reflects parts but not all of the Year 5 and 6 curriculum band description on ACARA, as it supports students to develop knowledge, understanding and skills to take action to enhance their own and others' health and well-being. It supports healthy, safe and active choices for everyone through exploring a range of factors and behaviors that can influence health, safety and well-being. Marie Dunn and Thompson states that the significance of the interplay and alignment of curriculum, pedagogy and assessment is key to attaining educative outcomes, and I believe that this task is aligned with the curriculum and the pedagogy through which the activity and the rest of the larger drug education resource is delivered. This activity develops both concepts that reflect health literacy. Students must explore, compare and evaluate the clinical risk and personal assets provided by alcohol and other drugs as they create their argument against the drug companies. I think a more effective activity with access to the internet would be to have students research and find claims made by actual alcohol and drug companies and dispute them. There is a lot of this to find easily at this point in time due to the push to end the war on drugs. This requires a deeper inquiry approach and allows students to delegate work even further, playing to strengths and even allowing students with strong ICT skills to be catered for. This further inquiry would result in a unique presentation from each group that would allow you to assess the information they've learned through the larger learning resource. One of the problems with the prior activity is that even in a small class of 16 students, the groups would repeat each other when presenting. This solves that problem while improving the source's effectiveness. Overall, this resource can be very effective in its use as a summative assessment, and it delivers health literacy knowledge and skills effectively. There are things I would change about this activity, but mostly in the pedagogy of how it is delivered. The content provides a great inquiry approach for students to cover the content descriptors in the Australian curriculum.